Hello, I'm back. I think I lost sound through my Bluetooth in my car. I'm back. We'll see if anyone joins this live. I'm back eating a salad from Sweet Green. I lost my sound on the last one. Welcome. Please like, share, subscribe as you come in. I'm just taking you all on. I'm taking you all with me during my lunch break to eat. And so today's choice was a salad. That's not every day. That's today. Could have easily been a burger, a burrito, Chinese food, Mexican food. But today my body was craving a salad, so that's what I'm eating. A nice healthy salad. Good choice. Hey, Copper Aurora. Yeah, I really wasn't feeling super hungry. I still had a Starbucks coffee drink on my stomach, and I'm not really a big coffee drinker either, so that's another thing. Some people may drink a lot of coffee. A lot of times that can have a lot of sugar and things of that nature. So if I am drinking a coffee, it's going to be something like a frappuccino, caramel mocha frappuccino, or a caramel macchiato. Those are the only two pretty much coffee type drinks that I'll drink at home. I don't drink coffee at all. And I just like these two coffee drinks occasionally. My building has like a coffee shop that sells Starbucks, coffees. So I'll have those. But otherwise, when I'm not in the office, I'm not drinking none of that pretty much. What do you say, Copper? Have you ever tried mushroom coffee? No, I am not a coffee person. So I just named out the two coffees that I will take in, because normally I don't drink coffee. So these two that I named out from Starbucks, those are coffees that I fairly recently kind of started drinking, just because they were there, and it's like, oh, well, let me try it, but otherwise I'm not a coffee drinker. So I don't drink any types of coffees at all. I'm a hot chocolate kind of chick. I love hot chocolate with whipped cream. So if I am going to have a hot drink, it'll be that, or I'll have tea. I'm a tea kind of girl. So that's it. I'm just not your coffee girl. I'm not your Starbucks chick, but I got my little two drinks that I will have from Starbucks. So today is, it's just a salad. Just trying to be conscious about my intake and just making better choices. Like I said, I eat whatever I want. I just kind of more so keep in mind like the quantity of however much I eat. And I just try to balance it out. I'm a bread person. I love bread. I feel like I have to have bread or something with everything in order for it to feel like a complete meal for me. So that's my weakness, is bread. Some people can't really do bread a lot, especially if they maybe have a lot of weight to cut. So, they're probably told, oh, stay away from carbs and things like that. That's not my situation, but it may be someone else's situation. So you got to do what makes sense for whatever goals that you have set for yourself. With me, it's just balancing and just trying to get maybe salads in more than what I normally do. So typically if I'm eating pizza, I'm going to 99.9% of the time have a salad with it. My husband's like, you always have to have a salad. But for some reason, pizza and salad go together with me. So I'm going to have a salad when I have pizza. But at the same time, in my mind, I'm thinking like, I think it's good that I feel like I need to have that salad with the pizza because it's salad and it's something healthy. So I think that's a good thing. And I probably eat pizza maybe once every couple of weeks. So, so yeah, I'm definitely going to get a salad in there. If I go to a restaurant and there's pasta, like for example, I like Olive Garden, I'm going to have a salad there too. They're known for their salad and breadsticks. So I'm going to have a salad, but I'm also going to partake in those breadsticks as well, along with some heavy carved meals. You know, I'm a spaghetti and meat sauce kind of chick, so I'm going to have that too. So I'm going to have your healthy salad on the table. I'm going to have those breadsticks on the table, and I'm going to have the pasta on the table. I'm going to have it all. So more often than not, I don't eat all of my food. I'm always going to have something left over. I'm just that person that don't really ever fully eat a full meal at one time. So I guess that's portion control for me, but it's just that my belly just can't take in a lot. As I say, I can't even take in more than a 20-ounce smoothie. That's just me. Even with the coffee drinks that I will get from Starbucks, I'm getting the smallest one they have. Little Baggery said, you can repeat this. Salam alaikum. Okay. Have a blessed day. Yeah, so I don't take in a lot of food. So that works for me because I don't eat a lot. So some people, they're going to have to practice the portion control. Because what do they say? They say, well, you can't outwork out a bad diet. So the portion control makes a difference, especially if you're still wanting to eat not so good things. You got to be mindful of, okay, how much of those cookies, how many of those cookies you're going to take in, how much of that ice cream you're going to take in. You just kind of got to be conscious about everything that you do. That's what I say. Instead of just sitting there and before you know it, you've gone through the whole bag of donut holes or the whole tub of ice cream. How many of you guys know people who do that? Or if you do that, you'll just sit with the whole bag of chips in front of you, the whole box of cookies, whatever it is. I would say don't do that. Take out whatever you're going to eat for that moment and then eat that, versus you sitting with like the whole box or bag in front of you. Because next thing you know, you look up, you realize that you've eaten all the cookies. You ate all the donuts. And then you mad because it's like, I done sat here in this bed watching Netflix and ate the whole bag of powdered donuts. I knew someone when she was going through a divorce, like that was what she was doing. And she put on a lot of weight. She said she would just sit in bed and she loved powdered donuts and she'd have the whole bag like in her lap in the bed. Netflix and chilling by herself, eating the whole bag of powdered donuts. So she did that for like months, and you know, she started putting weight on and stuff. So fortunately, she finally broke that habit. But she was just eating those donuts, and it was sitting in her stomach. You know, she would talk to me all the time. How do you keep your stomach flat? What, you know, like for starters, I'm not sitting eating whole bags of powdered donuts. We're not gonna do that. You know, you take out, you know, I guess I would say, you know, powdered donuts, take out 3. Take out 3 donuts from the bag. They're kind of small. Take out 3 and just be good for the day. I would say just eat enough to satisfy that craving. So that's why, like, if I buy cookies in like the bakery section of the store and they'll have like the small ones versus the big ones, I'll pick up the little pack that have the small ones. So therefore, if I want to have a cookie and say if I grab 1 or 2, they're small. So of course, just common sense. Okay, well, because it's small, it's going to be less calories than the big one, right? So it's just little things like that that I try to, you know, put in my mind to make me feel better about, okay, eating something that's not so healthy. I'm like, well, it's not like I'm eating a lot of them or a large quantity, you know, it's small. So I put thought into stuff like that when it comes to just stuff that's not healthy. I'll put in, I would say the bulk of the things that I do eat aren't healthy, but I don't eat a lot of the unhealthy stuff. It's not in large quantity. So And then y'all see I'm constantly doing something, exercising, walking, moving. So I always say I have no other choice but to get up and move around, exercise, walk, do whatever because of how I eat. I got to balance that thing out, y'all. I can't be eating like the way I eat and not doing anything. Like, because I know I like to eat whatever I want to eat, that's my drive for, okay, get up, go exercise, go bust a move because you know you like to eat. So if you know you're someone who likes food, you know you need to balance that out by exercising. You know, okay, well, okay, I just ate those donuts, I ate that cake, I ate that slice of cake. Let me get up and, you know, go walk. That's it. Like, literally, like, that's what I do. It's just conscious. You got to, like, put more thought into the things that you do. And once you start doing that, you'll notice a difference as far as, like, you know, with your intake, as far as maybe you're noticing that you take in less than what you used to take in. And that's what you want. You want to try to, you know, reduce, you know, your intake. And then, you know, it just becomes habit because now it's like you're conscious of what you're taking in versus just kind of throwing back the candy, the Skittles, the M&Ms, whatever. So here's my thing, y'all. I'm good for going into the store, picking up junk food, ice cream, whatever, chips. And half the time I don't even eat it. Or if I eat it, I don't eat it all. And my kids will eat it because they're like, you just buy stuff and it just sits there. And I feel like I get off on just, if I just pick it up and buy it, sometimes that's satisfying to me, just buying it. It's the weirdest thing. I told my daughter once they're all grown and gone out of the house, I'm like, I'm going to have food that's going to be expiring because they're not going to be there eating it up. And then, you know, when they come to visit, I'm going to go shopping and buy all kinds of junk stuff, whatever, for them and their friends and be like, okay, take it with you when you leave because I don't eat that stuff. Like, it's like I like to buy, I'll pick up a bag of M&Ms and legit, those M&Ms, y'all, will sit like on my bed, like unopened for like possibly weeks if one of my kids don't discover them because they're just sitting there. And I just bought them because at that moment I'm like, oh, I want M&Ms. But it was just a matter of me just, it's like I was thinking I wanted them, but I really didn't because I didn't even open them. And then, you know, one of my kids will open them and start eating them and then offer me some, hey, you want some, you know. But, you know, that's just what I do, you know, just buying it is enough for me. So I don't know. I guess that works out for me. I mean, it's me spending money, but I guess that's something I got to try to get out of is just buying it, not thinking like, oh, well, I'll eat it eventually or the kids will eat it. But sometimes I buy things and I just want to taste. So it may take a long time for me to get through the complete bag of, say, M&Ms because I just wanted some for that moment. And I want to save the rest. But my kids will eat them up before, you know, and by the time the next time I want some, they're gone and I got to buy some more. And they're like, well, you sat on them too long. You took too long to eat the M&Ms. So I do stuff like that, y'all. Like, I do stuff like that. So that's a mental thing for me as far as with feeling like I need to just buy this crap that I half the time don't even eat. But at the same time, when I do eat it, a lot of times I'm not eating it all. I'm just eating some of it. So that cuts calories. I've always said my kids help me, you know, they share my calories. I'm rarely at home taking in all the calories of something because I'm sharing with other people in my house. So that's going to cut calories. So it's just kind of like how you look at it. So that's why I say I don't remove anything from my diet. It's just the amount that I take in. And I don't take in a lot of calories. I don't take in a lot of sugar, but I take it in. It's just how much. Let's see. It's your boy. You said, I wish I could take people's fat and lose it for them. I have the highest metabolism. People always underweight. It's a curse. Yeah, you know, my oldest son, he's 19. He's the same way. He gets pissed off. He'll get on the scale and it'll still say 140. And then when we got back from vacation like a week ago, he got on the scale, it said 153. He had been out in the country for 3 weeks, you know, with his grandma. And, you know, so he wasn't going to the gym. he was eating whatever, so he put weight on, and like, you couldn't tell him nothing. I said, boy, you better take a picture of that scale, because you don't know when you'll see that number again, or if it start going down, because he always tends to stay at 140, but he has, doctors look at him as having like the perfect muscular body, but like he wants to kind of put weight on, but he can't seem to keep it on. So he's been like going to the gym. So he was just excited. The last time he weighed in, I think he was at 150. So some people are like that. He's a young growing guy, he's 19, and whereas like he stays at 140, he actually wants to put weight on, but I guess his metabolism have him to not put it on. Meanwhile, my 16-year-old, he's barely like 100 pounds. So he has a completely opposite type body style, body type. So raising them, it was like the conversation for my son with the doctor was like, oh, he's still perfect. And then the conversation, because my son was always like in the high up, like 7. Hey, can you hear me? My phone overheated. Let me know if you can hear me. I thought I was going to have to probably start the live over. My phone overheated. Can you hear me? Can you let me know in the comments if you can hear me? Okay. My Bluetooth is on in my car, so I don't know if you can hear me. Oh. Okay. Hey, Teresa. Good. I was just on lunch. So as I say, y'all, I don't never, let me try to turn the camera light. Like I rarely finish anything. This was a salad from Sweet Green. I don't know if they have one where you are. I'm in the perimeter area. Y'all, this is like half the salad left. That's what I be talking about. I don't ever finish all of anything. So I guess with that being said, I don't take in a lot of calories. So because of that, I don't have like, I guess a struggle with, I guess, the extra pounds and things like that. Because first of all, I don't eat a whole lot. And then I'm active. I walk a lot. So you gotta balance it out. If you are someone who eats a lot, you gotta balance that thing out. That's what I say. Don't really remove anything, but balance it out by saying, oh, I like to eat, so let me get more physical activity in. So I think when my phone stopped, I left off with talking about my son. So my oldest son, he's 19, and he maintains at a weight at about like normally 140, and he wants to gain weight so bad, and he's like 5'11". He's kind of tall. He's been in like the 75 percentile all his life. So every time we go to the doctor appointment, it was just like, oh, he's still perfect. He's still tall. He's still very muscle bound, but he wants to put weight on. Hey, Mike TV. Remember I joined, I gave you a super chat and you shouted my channel out and told people to follow me. That was like a week or so ago. Remember? I'm also from California, from the Bay Area. And I think you're in like Sacramento or something. I'm from Pittsburgh, California. So I'm eating. Yeah, you remember me? You were so nice. I sent you a super chat or whatever. And I can't remember who you were talking about that day because you stayed talking about somebody. So I've been following you for a while because you're from my home area, from the Bay Area. So I'm eating a salad from Sweet Green. I'm in Georgia. So I think someone wants to know where I'm at. So I'm in Georgia, the Atlanta right now. I live in the metro Atlanta, outside of Atlanta. But I'm in Georgia. Mike, you said, I talked to so many people. Thanks for the refresher. No problem. You're hilarious. I love following you because you be on their necks. You stay. You gonna find the lowdown on any and everybody out there. So you might want to be on the up and up if you in these YouTube streets, because Mike gonna take the time out and do his homework and pull up all the skeletons. He had me, people I've been following, I gotta look at them side-eye because Mike then went and doggone found all the shenanigans that they didn't ever done. So if y'all not familiar with Mike TV, go follow him. He's quite entertaining, and I'm pretty sure he done uncovered some damn mess from somebody that you follow. So might as well go on over there and check him out to see if it's some people you following that you might want to kind of be you might be suspect of. So thank you for that. But yeah, my oldest son, he's always at 140. He wants to gain weight. He's in the gym now. And then I got my 16-year-old son, who's barely like 100 pounds. He tries to put weight on. So the conversation with the doctor with him was always putting weight on. So it was like these different conversations that I would have with, my kids, because, that's genetics for you, that you can have the same, the same parents, but everyone's body style is different. I have 3 kids, and then my daughter, she thick as all outdoors, so her body is like, she's bigger than me in every area, except I'm taller than her, but everything else, she's bigger than me. So, you have to go with, how your body is. So you got to move accordingly to how your body is. So with my body, I can eat just about anything I want, but I actively move and exercise. Like, that's my thing. I'm moving. And I'm from the West Coast, as I was just saying to my TV. I'm from the West Coast. So if any of you have ever been to California, maybe you haven't, like, it's a different type of lifestyle out there for California. So when I moved to Georgia in 96, and I was like 15, and so I was going to the 10th grade, and my peers, the other girls' bodies looked, they all were maybe about 140. They looked like they probably had at least about 1 or 2 kids. And then my little body, I was maybe about 111 pounds, and I was really small and petite. So to them, that I looked like the person they see on TV. So they thought my life was like Baywatch, because all they knew about California is LA and beaches. So they like, yo, are you surfing all day? Are you at the beach? And I'm like, okay, I'm from the Bay Area. I'm from Northern California, but they ate differently. So like, that the food that they eat regularly in the South, like your turkey legs, your dressing, your greens, like all that stuff, that's regular 7 days a week eating here in the South. In California, listen, you getting that on a holiday. So I'm only eating good like that, growing up on like Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. You might, get you a meal for Easter, but that is it. In the South, like, that's everyday eating. So like, all my peers was thick as all outdoors. They were thicker than my mama. Like, they were like size 8, size 10. I was like a 3, a 0, like, so my body looked different. So my daughter, she's 14. She's, my kids were all born here in Georgia, so she looked every bit of cornbread fed. Like, she looked like she born and raised in Georgia all day long. She just thick. And as a lot of people say, they think it's a lot of stuff like in the foods, but it's different in California, because even as I meet people over the years, they'll say they'll go to California and people seem to, a lot of them look more fit than the people like in the South. In particular, probably like your Southern California, like your San Diego, LA. They have like a lot of, they believe in like being outside, doing a lot of outdoors activity, vegan life. Just, it's a different way of life on the West Coast versus the South. So if you know, you know. So as my body was developing and still being small, it was like somebody who was from like California, because we didn't eat good like that. So still in the South, I still never acquired that healthy, hearty eating and cooking like people do in the South. And I also feel like that also has contributed to my size. And this goes for my sisters as well as my mom. Like, we don't eat that way. We like those foods, but that's not like how our normal eating is. So therefore, we not thick as all outdoors like some of, you know, the other ladies that we may run into. So here's the thing too, for you ladies who start out super small and you're like, I want to gain weight. Like, I even took birth control for the purpose of gaining weight, because I was hearing all these ladies talking about they gained weight and because they got on birth control. Like, I remember trying birth control for like 30 days when I was like 20 because I wanted to gain weight. So here's the thing about gaining weight for you little, you know, the small booty ladies, you know, it's okay to start out being really small early on in life, say your teenage years or even early 20s, because the weight is going to come. And what I noticed is that all them girls that was stacked, and y'all can, some of y'all on this live probably was one of them girls in high school that was just like, bam, you know, had BBL wear, like what we call it in the South, they call it homegrown. Fast forward 10, 20 years later, they ain't looking like that, you know, because more weight started being added on. They had babies. So now it's just like, you know, they got a different situation going on. Whereas the, you know, the little booty ladies like myself, over the years, we was able to slowly, you know, put that weight on, have a baby, keep some little weight to where we just right. Like, we looking like maybe how they looked in high school when their bodies was like bad or banging. We're now at that point because it just took us 10, 20 years to kind of get that weight on. So it can be a blessing to be someone who's a late bloomer who puts the weight on later, because when I see my peers over the years who were small like me in high school, and then I see my peers who were thick as all outdoors, fast forward today, 20 years later, the ones that were super small, they're filled out nicely. Like, whereas the ones who were thick as all outdoors, they, listen, baby, baby, you know, so that weight just came early for them. And they hadn't even had babies yet. And that weight was just kind of piling on. And so now, you know, in their 40s, you know, they need to jump on this, this total body workout challenge, you know, whereas the ones who were like the 100-pounders, 110-pounders, they kind of just right. They might be at that 130, 140, you know, so they filled out nicely over time. So it is okay to start out the game slow as far as with your body and the development, because I felt like I had a body of a 12-year-old for a long, long time, you know, all the way up until probably like right when I, you know, had my first son. When I got pregnant, I was like 130 pounds. As I say, that was like my Beyonce body, because I was coming from 102 pounds from when I met my husband at 19 to by the time, you know, I had my first baby at like 100 at age 24. So that was thick to me to go from 102 to 130 pounds. And then after having babies, you know, I get the weight off, and then I get back down to the 130 pounds. So right now, my weight, I maintain 130 to 136 pounds. That's like my little buffer as far as with my weight, you know, for me to kind of keep things under control and my clothing sizes to not be impacted. So just be mindful of your body, how your body works, because your body gonna work different than the next person. Know if you're somebody that can eat whatever you want versus somebody who can't. If you can't eat whatever you want, baby, don't be going around getting happy eating whatever you want. Act like you know that your body is like, no ma'am, I can't take that in. Also, if you are a foodie like myself, make sure you balance that thing out. You know, you got to get up and move around. You got to get your exercise in, because you know you like to eat. You can't be like, oh, I like to eat, but I also don't like to exercise because I don't like to sweat. I hear that a lot of women. Oh, I hate sweating. Okay, well, I don't know anyone who really likes sweating, but when you know, with sweating, that's releasing the toxins. That's when you know you really busting a move and doing something. And when the results start and the weight loss comes, so you gotta sweat, you know, you gotta sweat, bathe, take a shower, do whatever afterwards, but get out of your mind, I don't like to sweat, because it's a part of the process. It comes down to, okay, would you rather have a body that you're unhappy with and not sweat, or would you rather sweat and have the body you're happy with? Because that sweat is just temporarily, but that body that you're unhappy with, listen, baby, that's there until you do something about it. So that's going to take far longer to get under control versus you dealing with, you just sweated it out for an hour. Again, everything is about the mindset, how you view things. And that's how I view it. I'm a very logical person, so I approach it with logic, and I would rather be temporary uncomfortable than just be y'all. They didn't daggone park their car right in front of me, in front of the parking spot. I think she about to move it, Lord. So yeah, it's just like, what kind of results do you want? What kind of results do you want, and are you willing to put the work in for it to get the results that you want? Because you can get the results you want, you just got to be willing to put the work in. And I'm willing to put the work in, and that's why I come out here to encourage you all to put the work in. Yeah, ain't nothing to it but to what? Do it. So yeah, this is what, so I was thinking this morning, I'm like, okay, what are we going to be over here? We are going to be the ab chase. Okay, y'all, so this is what I got. We're going to be the ab chasers over here. So there's a lot of ladies who like, girl, I ain't never seen my abs, or I want to see them again. That's where we're trying to get. We're trying to get to a point to where we can be reminded that there are abs underneath underneath that skin, that they do exist. We're going to wake them up. So, and it ain't about even like with having a six-pack, but you want to see some sign, like some signs that you have abs underneath there, some type of definition. You know, if any of you watch my live workout videos, you've seen, you know, when I'm working out, you can see, you know, my muscles, you know, in my stomach, but you don't see like a six-pack. I've had a six-pack, but I don't have that right now. It's not a personal goal of mine, but along the way, if that's what happens, it happens, because that's what happened when I got it the last time. It just happened. It was just, woke up, like, workout, what I say, put your head down, you wake up, you see results. I was just grinding out in the gym, working out. Next thing you know, I had a six-pack. Like, literally, that's how it went. So maybe no different this time around. So just do the work. Don't be worried about the specifics. Just do the work, because when you do the work, the results will come. So they're going to come. You just got to do the work. Get out of your head. Stop putting it off to, oh, okay, I'll try tomorrow. I know this is day 2 of the challenge. Okay, I'll try it on Saturday night. No, like, get on it today. Like, no better time than now to jumpstart your fitness regimen, because many of you have probably been putting things off for far too long, and we all got some we've put off. So just start. Find a day to let today be the day that you start doing better. You make maybe a better choice on what you have for lunch or you have for dinner. That's just a start, because I always say the hardest part is to start. Like with anything, that's why it's good to kind of keep it going, because when you fall off and have to start again, then it becomes hard again, you know, and it's just like, oh, so that's why you want to keep it going and try your best to not fall off. But if you do fall off, that's fine, but get back up and get back on your grind. Again, as you're coming in, please like, share, and subscribe. I am on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you for my new subscribers. I appreciate it. My little channel is growing. I do see it. I see you. I thank you. But join, you know, go ahead and stick around, because we have this total body challenge going on. And the goal is to just see a change in our bodies, your body, over the course of 30 days, whatever that may be. You may not reach your goal, your end goal by 30 days, but with consistency, you'll be better in 30 days than where you were from day 1, as far as your physical endurance, how you look. You're going to be better. Like, I don't know nobody who do anything like this and in the end they're worse, or they don't feel like any different. Like, if you're consistent, you're going to feel different in some type of way. You're going to look different in some type of way. So just jump on board. Just jump on board and just put in your mind that, hey, I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to do this for myself, because as I say, only how things stick is for us to do it for ourselves and not someone else. So we're doing this for ourselves, because we are our own competition. we're our own competitor. Like there's no other person that you're competing with. You're competing with yourself. You're trying to get to the best version of yourself. That's what I say. So that's what I've always done. It's always been about me, competing against myself, no one else. It's just always been that way. So because of that, I've been able to maintain, regardless of whatever's happened, whoever may have come or gone, whatever. I've always done it for myself. So because of experience I had with a person, because a lot of times we'll do things because of somebody else, and then when they piss us off, it's like, forget it, I'm not doing it anymore. Y'all, that is not the right mindset to have, because if you did it for yourself, regardless of if they made you upset or not, you're going to still keep it up, right? Because it's like, well, you did it for yourself anyway, so the hell with them, you did it for yourself. And my thing is, when you look good, you feel good. So I feel like if you're doing something for yourself, say if you were in some type of relationship or whatever, you're going to feel far better about the situation if you feel confident in how you look, that you can, pull somebody else, right? Because what I say, or in the words of the late Nipsey Hussle, when you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. And I always say, I've been married for October 1st to be 20 years. And I always say I'm always date ready. I'm always date ready, meaning that regardless of whatever that may transpire in my life, I don't have to I have a mindset of, okay, well, I can't go out, or I can't go to the beach. I can't do this because my body is this way. I'm not ready. No, I'm always ready. So because I'm always ready, like, what, you want to go where on Saturday? Oh, okay, bet. Like, it's not like I need this time frame. I need 2 months, 3, however long to get right, because I'm always on top of things. So I stay ready. So that's what I encourage you to do. Stay ready. So right now, this is the season of getting ready. So over the course of the 30 days, we're going to be getting ready. And then once we get ready, we're going to stay ready, y'all. Y'all with me? Y'all see how this works? We're going to stay ready. This is how we're going to live our life. We're going to stay ready. So again, as you're going through life, going through the motions, you're going to feel a little different, feel a little better. If somebody do, make you mad, or, you decide to walk away from something, you're going to feel, more confident about yourself as far as with getting back out there, because you like, well, hell, I know I look good. So, okay, you're lost, and to me, it's something about being in a relationship with someone and they know that you have options. I noticed that a lot of times they may move differently. The other person may move differently or treat you differently when they see that you recognize that you have options and that you don't have to deal with foolishness. So they don't even be trying to play that game, because they're going to be like, okay, well, I know sis got options, so let me try to act like maybe I got some do right or whatever. Let me try to, do a little better, because she can go and move around and do something else. And I think a lot of times when we operate and we know that we got options, we're less apt to deal with just craziness, because we're going to be like, you know what? I ain't got time for this. I'm about to trade you out, like, and don't nobody want to be traded out. So, but when you know that you can do that, it's, it's a different feeling there when you know that you can kind of up and move around and go do something else. I know for me, now mind you, I've been my husband forever, almost 24 years, but married 20 years. But still, even as a married woman, I still have this mindset still taking care of myself, and not getting too comfortable in my situation as to, oh, well, I ain't got to do this. I don't have to keep my body up. I don't have to do this because I'm married. How many of us in here are in this chat got that mindset? Well, I'm already married. I don't need to worry about that. I'm not in the dating market. No. Don't have that mindset. Do not have that mindset. Don't get that comfortable with yourself, with letting yourself go because you're married. You're doing yourself a disservice, and also your partner as well, because that person you're with, they still want to be attracted to you. So don't have the mindset of, okay, well, I got you already. Don't do that. I think it's a selfish way to think, and that's on the man's behalf and the woman. Don't think, oh, I got you, that I got you already, so I don't need to put my best foot forward anymore. So many women become guilty of that. That is crazy. I've seen TikToks where it was like this going thing a couple of years ago where it was like women like showing their bodies and stuff. Y'all, they had the audacity to show the before picture of when they got with their men, how they were looking, even when they got married, got proposed to, and then the present day time with how they looked. And that was like a whole flex for them. Like, I got them now. And it's jacked up. Like, that's jacked up, y'all. Like, that's jacked up. And I didn't do that with my husband. He's very appreciative of that, because by me keeping myself up, for me, he's able to reap the benefit of that, because he has a wife who still looks a certain way, because it was driven from just me and how I wanted to look. And as a result, you know, he has a wife that looks, you know, a way that's pleasing to him. But imagine like if I had a mindset of like some of those ladies to where I just didn't care. And then now you got these problems and these conversations where, you know, the question is, oh, are you still attracted to me? You don't do this anymore. You're coming home late. You know, oh, I seen you talking to, you know, all these insecurities come about. And sometimes there may be some things going on with that your man and somebody else, and sometimes it may not. It might just be an insecurity. But either way, I feel like if you take care of yourself and put your best foot forward at all times, you're less likely to kind of start getting your feelings about stuff like that, because you know you've done your part. So it makes a difference to me. Again, it's all about the mindset. You know, when you're in a relationship, you have to take care of one another. And you can't just think about yourself and just be like, okay, well, you just can't get into this I don't care mode, but still expect for your partner to do all that they're supposed to do as far as responsibilities. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? But that is the case in a lot of situations where the woman will just kind of drop the ball in this area, but still want these bills paid, still want to sit at home and not work, like all these things. But though the things that they were given in the beginning to that man, like they just cold turkey stopped them, because they're like, well, hell, I got you right now. You got to pay these bills. Like, you got to take care of me. It's cheaper to keep her. Like, it's just a selfish way to think. So I just wouldn't want any of you all to be like that. So I encourage you all to take care of yourself, because I truly believe when you look good, you feel good. It does impact your self-esteem. And listen, like, who running around like depressed looking bomb? Like, it's almost like, you know, being rich and just like, oh, I'm bored. Like, come on now. So, you know, just put your best foot forward. I'm going to probably tomorrow go live with a more extended video as far as with our total body workout challenge. I may try to get another morning workout in. That was cool. That was like a quick rushed workout that I wanted to kind of leave with you all, because I didn't know if I was going to get a chance to get back on here today. So I want to try to do something either like that tomorrow, or do a longer lengthy workout in the evening, or both. We'll see how the day goes. But today is a busy day for me. Copper Aurora says I can't eat out of the bag. I'm guilty. Yeah, don't eat out of the bag. No eating out of the bag anymore, you guys. Guys and gals, no eating anymore out of the bag. But yeah, I thank you guys for joining me during my lunch hour on just seeing, you know, what it is that I eat. And today you saw me have a healthy salad, but you could easily, again, you know, see me on a different live where I'm eating something else. But it's just about the portions and getting that exercise in to try to kind of balance it out. It's about balancing it out, burning those calories, because in order to lose weight, you have to burn more than you take in. So you have to be burning more than what you took in for that day. So I've never been one to calorie watch, but some of you may have to. So you just have to be real with yourself on if you're somebody to have to watch your calories and compare it to what you see that you're burning. I recommend getting, you know, I have an iWatch, an Apple Watch, or you can get yourself a Fitbit. I used to have a Fitbit, but something to track your steps when you're doing physical activity. So therefore, at any given time, you know, okay, how many calories you may have burned, how many miles you may have walked, how many steps you took. and then you know kind of how you were eating that day. And if you were watching your calories, you can think about, okay, how many calories you knew you took in versus how many calories you burned. You just kind of got to do the comparison. And somebody like me, I weigh myself every morning, and then I weigh myself before bed. So that's how I stay accountable for how my day went. And so you figure out what works for you. If it's, you know, weighing in weekly, weighing in every few days, daily, however, whatever works for you. Just figure out what works for you and just do it. Just do whatever it is that works for you. So I will be back. Make sure you have your notifications on. Please like, share, subscribe. Have your notifications on, because you just never know when I'm just going to hit live. You know, I'm random over here, as I say. But together we are the ab chasers, and we're chasing those abs. We're gonna find those abs. They're missing like like gold. We're digging for gold, y'all. We gonna find them abs. We gonna find them abs. We gonna find them abs. That is the goal, to find the abs. We are the ab chasers, so we're gonna find the abs. So it was wonderful talking to you all during this time. It's my first time talking to you all while, you know, having a meal. Normally I will talk to you all while I'm working out, so you got to kind of see, okay, how I eat. And yeah, so thanks for joining me as you're heading out. Please, thank you, like, share, and subscribe. And I am Chic, and I am out. Thank you. Have a good day.